What's up guys, Rumsey here, back for another GodForge video, episode 3 of the quick guide series. And today we are looking at ISIS. We're going a little bit out of order, but we did look at right here Horus in the previous video, and he pairs really well with ISIS. I think it's going to be one of the strongest combo in the game, so I did want to go over her kit because I did pull her and I did use her doing alpha, and she's the one that allowed me to really finish all the way to level 150. I just want to remind you, these are quick guides, so we just go over the kit and suggestions in terms of gearing. Of course, I'm not looking at the weapons themselves because there are way too many options and too many weapons that could be good on so many champions. So we will be looking at this once the game come out and once I can actually build the champion in the game to show you. So Isis, she's an invoker, very important since Horus was a defender. The two together, crazy combo. We have a big resistance aura in all battles, 70, pretty high, so love that. On the A1 right here, Theft of Thebes, not sure. Attack one enemy, we don't care about the damage, she's not there to do damage. 35% chance to steal a random buff. Then spread one random buff on this hero to all allies. Great A1. Now we can't pick which buff it is, but random buff, and we'll be spreading it. This is great. Again, we don't have the book information here. If we can book her, I'm sure we can level that up to at least 50%, but we're missing some info on the website, unfortunately. Awakening level 3, extend the duration of one buff on all allies by one turn. Really good, especially that we are spreading buff on all the allies and we're extending the duration of all the buff. Really good. Then on the A2, Ankh Haven. Place a shield, 20% of HP on all allies, then place a defense up on all allies for 3 turns. Grant this hero an extra turn. Really good, especially with the extra turn. So we're gonna want some HP on her, of course, because you'll see that she's a reviver, so we want her to stay alive. And the more HP we have, the bigger the shield. Also, what's very important is that she pairs really well again with Horus, which is another legendary champion. And Horus is a defender. So on Horus, we build him with as much defense as we can because he does a lot of great things with the defense, especially the shield and the healing that he can do. So having a defense up on everybody, if you do have Horus in the same team or any defender for that matter, that will help those heroes a lot because then you have more defense, so you place a bigger shield, more heal and all that stuff. So, and that's for 3 turns. Really good, especially that then we can extend the buff on the A1. So once we awaken level 3. So really good ability as well. Additionally, if you have awakening level 1, which is very easy to do, place mend on all allies for 3 turns. That will help you reduce bleed stacks by 1 and heal 10% max HP at the start of the turn. So having this all the time for healing would be great, especially that again we can extend on the A1. Now, looking at the ultimate, revive all allies with 50% HP and 50% turn meter. If Horus is revived by this ability, place Radiance 2 on him for 2 turns. So Radiance, reduce and reflect 20% of attack damage received. That is crazy because Horus, go watch the previous video. He is an amazing champion, placing taunt all the time, which controls the enemy and forces the enemy to attack him. Therefore, here we're going to be reflecting some of the damage and reducing the damage that he takes. So good to go on Horus specifically. So that's crazy. Also with the revive. And then awakening level 5. After reviving, place immortal on all allies for 2 turns. HP cannot be reduced below 1. Basically, you can't die for 2 turns. So the ultimate is great by itself, but once you have it awakening level 5, obviously it's even better. Really good ultimate. Gain 30 divinity when placing a buff on an ally, so that's gonna happen all the time with the A2 and the A1. So a good way to gain ultimate quicker. On the passive, at the start of this hero's turn, remove all debuffs and disables from the ally with the lowest HP. So debuff, negative effect with red icons, disable effect with purple icons. So disables are basically gonna control, they're basically gonna be control debuff, not all, but mostly. And then debuffs are gonna be all the other debuffs, basically a lot of them that are gonna either slow you down or you will get some damage from them. Then heal them equal to 10% of this hero's max HP. So that's a really good passive. Every time she takes a turn, she's going to remove the debuff and heal the hero in your team that's struggling the most. Looks like there's no cooldown on this passive. Again, maybe we're missing some info on here, but really amazing champion. I used her during alpha and she was a game changer for me. If you can use her with Horus, crazy support and control combo, the two of them. Now in terms of gearing her, so it may look like you don't need accuracy because there are no debuff, but do keep in mind, if you want to be stealing buff on the A1 to steal the buff, you will need some accuracy. So that's something to keep in mind. I don't think this should be your priority. Stealing the buff is great, but I think you're mostly going to use it for the A2 and the revive. So at the end, if you can put some point in accuracy, it's great for the A1. If not, don't worry about it. So in terms of priorities, we're going to go full HP. Why? Because again, she's a reviver, so we want her to stay alive as long as we can. That way, when somebody dies, she can revive everybody, right? That's pretty straightforward. But also on the A2, the shield that she places is based on HP, on her HP specifically. So the more HP, the bigger the shield on everybody. So very important for that reason. Then we're gonna want a lot of speed if we can. The more speed we have, the more we're gonna play, the more we're gonna be taking turn building up divinity and using the A2 and the A1. So a lot of speed, and then a lot of initiative as number 3, because again the revive here is super strong. So we're gonna want to use it as much as possible. Now do keep in mind, when we place a buff, we do gain divinity. So that's a good way of gaining divinity quicker. That is why we want it to be quick. That way, the quicker she is, the more she can take turn, use that extra turn as well, and place the shield and the defense up again, placing buff. Therefore, we're getting divinity quicker for the ultimate. And then at the end, again, if you can put some accuracy on her, that will be great, because you can steal the buff, spread it by spreading the buff on the allies. You basically placing a buff, which then fill up your divinity meter as well. So that's the loop right here: HP, speed, initiative, and accuracy if you can. And then lastly, if you can put some defense and some resistance, that way she's a bit more tanky and she take less debuff, even better. That's it for Isis. Honestly, one of my favorite champions. I loved her during alpha and crazy combo with Horus. Let me know if you did use her during the alpha, what you thought of her. Really good champion in my opinion. I hope you guys liked it. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.